This is a fan-generated show. If you would like to support us, please go to jamieglazov.com, and also don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. And make sure to order Jamie Glazov's new critically acclaimed jihadist Psychopath, how he is charming, seducing, and devouring us. All your support is greatly appreciated.
At Columbia, where I did my graduate work, I came to a realization as to why I was learning nonsense from brilliant people. Just nonsense. Moral and intellectual nonsense. Men and women are basically the same. The United States and the Soviet Union were moral equivalents, both responsible for the Cold War, and much other nonsense. And one day I realized why. Something I had said in yeshiva, Jewish religious school, from kindergarten on every morning, a prayer from the Bible, a verse from the Bible, just popped into my brain, and it made something very clear to me, back to a point I made earlier. The reason there was no wisdom at Columbia was this verse from the Bible: wisdom begins with the fear of God. And I realized there's no God at Columbia, there's no wisdom at Columbia. Secularism is great for government and crappy for everything else. It is worthless for everything else. Great for government, no problem with it. But otherwise, it is morally and intellectually worthless. We have fools teaching at the most secular institutions in America, universities. And it is not a coincidence that the most foolish institutions in America are the most godless institutions in America. And an atheist should be the first to acknowledge it. You don't have to be a believer to acknowledge this, unless you think it's a coincidence that these places founded to produce ministers, like Columbia, like Harvard, like Yale. Yale's insignia is in Hebrew from the Torah. The breastplate worn by the chief priest. God, if Yale students knew what it was, I am sure they would demonstrate. But they have no idea what it is. Why would they know what the Hebrew alphabet is? They don't learn anything there anyway. So how would they recognize this? That's what, when I think about what our universities were founded to teach and what they are today, it's painful. So this is a challenge.